Hello Dave is ad-free thanks to all you guys supporting the channel on Patreon. All income from donations and Patreon are used directly to upgrade cameras, light, microphones, software, things that allow me to produce more and better looking videos for you guys. All Patreons also get a discount at the merch store, and you have the option to get your name listed at the end of every video. So become a Patreon by following the link in the video description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hello Dave with Down with Astronomy. It's Monday and it's time to have a look at what's been going on in Elite in last week, and wow, what a week it has been. The big news of course from last week is the announcement of the Elite Dangerous Odyssey. We finally got some information about what's going to come in what has until now been called the Next Era update that's going to launch at the start of next year. The launch was a little bit interesting, or the information launch was a little bit interesting because the way it was done, it seemed accidental. And so to get you up to speed, in case you didn't know, what happened was a video was suddenly beginning to circulate that was an unlisted video on Frontier of the Elite Dangerous official channel. How people got access to it, I'm still not 100% sure, but my best guess is that what have happened is during the upload process, one of the things you can do is you can automatically add the video to a playlist. That's just fine. When you're done with the upload process, the video will be unlisted. Videos can basically have three states on YouTube. It can be unlisted, which means it cannot be searched. It will never show up in the search result. It will never show up on your channel's pages, but everybody with a direct link to the video can view it. Then there's private videos that only the owner of the account can see. This is not used that often. And then of course there's public. Now what I think has done is that during the upload process, Frontier added the video to a playlist. And then when they were done, the video was unlisted. So it means if you get a link to it, you can watch it. But because it was part of the playlist, well, if people went into that playlist, they could see the video and thereby get access to it. This is a common mistake. I've done it, and I know other people who have done it. It's an easy mistake to make, and I think that is what happened. And then the video was pulled down, and then it was like a few hours later re-uploaded, and then it came with like official announcements on the forum and everywhere else like you would expect. But because the whole like take it down, take it up and put it up again, and it seemed like it wasn't meant to be out now, but they just figured they can't stop it anyway, so they might just roll with it and then do the announcement now. But anyway, I want to dive into some of the information because there's a lot of information that was given, and there's also a lot of information circulating that's either a misconception or just outright not true. So I just wanted to clarify what we exactly know and what we don't know yet. From the video, it definitely seems like there is going to be atmospheric landing. While this was not directly stated in the post, it seems pretty obvious from the launch trailer, the announcement trailer, that atmospheric landing is going to be a thing. Also, obviously, space lakes, the big thing. We see people walking around on planets carrying weapons and wearing armor. So yes, walking around on planets is going to be a thing. What type of planet, however, is not yet known. What we saw in the launch trailer was an atmospheric barren world, so pretty much like what Mars is today, right? Still just, well, rocks as far as the eye can see, but now with an atmosphere. I don't think that we're gonna get planets with trees and animals and cities and that kind of thing this time around. But again, we don't know anything about any specific type of planets are going to be available. Ice planets might very well be included as well. But other than that, we don't know yet exactly what type of planets are going to be included. We can just guess from the video that at very least the barren atmospheric planets are going to be a thing. We also know that guns and equipment, it could be armor and that kind of stuff, is going to be a thing that you can buy and upgrade, most likely through new engineers. Again, the new engineers is not 100% confirmed. It was hinted at in some of the announcements, but it seems like there's going to be new engineers that's going to allow you to upgrade your guns and equipment to your liking. We know there's going to be dedicated missions for this new on-foot kind of activities that kind of revolve both around what they call it diplomacy and commerce, lethal stealth, and all-out combat. Now it's up to you to decide what you think is what that means, but at least it means there is going to be some kind of combat. We also know that there is going to be some mission that can require you to have both people in ship, in SRVs, and on foot. Whether these are going to be wing missions or also available as solo missions, we don't know yet. I expect we're going to see them as both. Also, the big controversy, of course, is no VR for the Odyssey update. However, one of the misconceptions that are floating around is that VR is going to be disabled outright for the full game. This does not seem to be the case. It seems that it's just some of the new content that is not going to be available in VR. So all the existing content is still going to be in VR. However, what is not clear at the moment is exactly where this cut is going to be made. I mean, you could imagine that flying on planets with an atmosphere would still be supported by VR because you're still just sitting in your ship. Similarly, if you're driving around the SRV on a planet that has an atmosphere, most likely I would guess that is also still being usable in VR. However, as soon as you want to leave your ship and walk out, I think that's where the cut is going to happen, where VR is no longer available. I'm looking forward to getting some more information, or at least some clarification from Frontier on this, exactly what will and what will not be available in VR, but at least part of it won't. Also, they have also stated that base building, not only is it not part of this update, it is currently not on the roadmap at all. So base building is not something Frontier is working on at the moment. Also, nothing solid regarding walking in stations / walking on ships. There is a rumor floating around that there was a post made by Frontier where they said that that's not going to be a thing, and then that post was then promptly deleted, and I haven't been able to track any kind of screenshots or anything of a post like that. And the fact that they deleted the post afterwards kind of indicates that may not be the case, or it may not at least be a decided thing yet, whether stations and ship interior is going to be part of the Odyssey updates. We're going to be able to walk around that, or if it's only going to be planet side. We don't know yet. So as you can see, lots and lots of unanswered questions. And until we know more, it's going to be really hard to see what exactly Odyssey is going to include. Some of the things that I'm personally very much looking forward to from the Odyssey update is especially like seeing planets, seeing a sunset on an atmospheric planet, and getting out, stretching my leg, and trying all the new content that's going to come, doing builds with the weapons and armor and all that stuff. That's going to be really, really interesting. And that's I'm very much looking forward to. What currently worries me a little bit is that we haven't seen any news regarding any kind of industry or mining, which I really hope is going to be something that we can do with in Odyssey with the new space lakes. However, as you can see here, there's still a lot of information we don't have. So it may just, most likely it is just because we have only seen the surface. We only just got a very, very brief teaser of what is to come in the beginning of next year. And that more details, of course, will be announced later. And we're hopefully going to see something regarding industry and mining. And it's not just pew pew and guns. In other league news, of course, we have the big fleet carrier update that's coming to all platforms tomorrow. I don't have a time for when they are expecting to be done, but with an update of this magnitude, it's probably going to take a while for them to get this up and running. As always, with big updates and anticipated updates that has some significant new content, you could probably expect that the servers is going to have some issues to handle the increased load. Probably also expecting that at least for the first couple of days, depending on how early you manage to get in, there's a chance that some of the systems where fleet carriers are going to be available is going to be blocked. So there's a chance that you might not be able to outfit your fleet carrier on the first day until people begin to move out of the buy systems as soon as they're done. And again, if you're planning to go in and get yourself a fleet carrier, regardless of what platform you're on, I highly recommend that as soon as you're done outfitting your fleet carrier, move it out of the buy system, make room for everybody. There's a lot of people who really want to get in and try out the fleet carriers, get the holds of the fleet carrier. So move out of the buy systems as soon as you're done, make room for everybody else. This is probably only going to be an issue here at launch. I don't expect as soon as this has taken a few days, maybe tops a week, then people begin to clear out those systems as the initial rush is over to get their fleet carriers. And then I think slowly we'll begin to see things open up more and more. This leads me nicely into the live stream tomorrow, which I will be streaming both here on YouTube and on Twitch at 7 o'clock in-game time, so the usual time spot. I will, of course, be playing around with the new fleet carriers. I will be setting up the fleet carriers. There are lots of other things I want to go out and test, especially some of the new mining with the with subsurface deposits now being more effective. See how effective it is. Could we begin to implement this into our usual mining runs? The re-roll, of course, of all the hotspots is an interesting thing. And I know there's a big project has already located over 100 triple overlapping hotspots of various types. Those are going to be checked out, of course, after the update to see if any of them has rolled into a new triple hotspot. Or at the very least, we're going to get some double hotspots. That would probably be quite, I almost guarantee we're going to get some double hotspots at both low temperature diamonds, tritium, and painite. So that's probably going to be a thing. Triple hotspots are a little bit more uncertain. I have a good feeling that we're going to find one, but I don't know. But again, I hope I will see you doing the live stream tomorrow. Again, 7 o'clock in-game time, streamed here on YouTube and on Twitch. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give a like, subscribe, and also next time, I will see you guys in space.